Lovely internet friends, welcome once again. My god, what a delay! Today with a shittier camera, with shittier everything a little bit. Back to the previous scene style on Twitch. There was another technical issue that prevented me the previous time, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're fixing everything slowly, and yeah, everything is going well, lovely friends. Everything is going extra well. I cannot complain. It's as we've expected the market to behave. Nothing has really changed. uh, I mean, the Ethereum merge and all this hype behind it kind of pushed the market a little bit higher. Uh, people are still bullish. I am getting slightly bullish on the Ethereum stuff, but I don't think it's going to be a catalyst for a general crypto pump. And as we've said on previous episodes, I am not 100% convinced that the crypto pump can actually be the catalyst for a general uh, traditional finance markets pump. It's weird. It's weird. Usually, we need the traditional markets to first pump, and then we also pump together with them. This We're still like extremely correlated. We're extremely dependent on Bitcoin, and that's the reason I'm not full bull. Uh, at the same time, with all these tornado cash shenanigans, I keep my eyes on the news. I want to see what's gonna happen. Are we gonna see some kind of blocks on the protocol level? Are we going to see some kind of uh, changes? Like we've seen it on service providers, especially the ones that are located in the US, that they cannot service any addresses that have been passing their funds through Tornado Cash. So these addresses have been blacklisted. And are we going to see this kind of blacklists on the protocol level? Because if we do see something like that on the protocol level, meaning on the Ethereum layer one, where these addresses are blocked in some way and they cannot move funds or whatever, then forget about it. Then we are ultra fucked, guys. It's the end. Like if so we are actually traversing on a thin line here. So lots of shit can go down that can be extremely negative for the general market, crypto market. But also some things can actually go really well, and we can see some real scaling on Ethereum. Now, for those that don't really know what's happening, and they just caught the buzzword of the Ethereum merge and what the fuck is happening. So, like as we all know, Ethereum is trying to transition from a POW, from a proof of work, to a proof of stake. So they have a consensus algorithm that now is secured by proof of work. And since they started the Beacon chain, I think a couple of months ago, a year ago, or something like that, and we've been locking Ethereum and starting validators on the proof of stake side of the chain. There are two parallel chains working, one with the consent the POS sorry one with the POW consensus algorithm, one with the POS consensus algorithm, and at some point they will merge together. So the idea is to continue running the engine without ever stopping it. So it's going to be seamless in a way. The two algorithms are going to merge, and we're gonna have blocks produced from the secured by the proof of stake algorithm. Now there are so bad, like the debate is endless between proof of work and proof of stake. I'm bullish on proof of work. Much more, on the other hand, I understand that it is unsustainable to have multiple proof of work blockchains. So I'm very happy to have Bitcoin. I'm really happy with the Ethereum experiment. I'm curious to see what's going to happen on the protocol level. And at the same time, the merge, which now we have a date for this merge. This is the merge of the two consensus algorithms, as we said. we have a date. It's going to be that's a block height, so it's an approximation because some blocks take less, some blocks take more. So approximately, we're going to see the merge on the 19th of September. Now, now, what does that mean for Ethereum? Is Ethereum going to become super cheap? No, no, nothing. Nothing changes in transaction fees. Uh, like it's not gonna become cheaper in any way. It's not gonna become faster in any way. So we're gonna see this type of uh, upgrades in further hard forks and soft forks of Ethereum. Like we've seen in the past, all this slowly progressing with the London soft fork, with the soft fork with the Constantinople soft fork. We see them preparing. They're gonna execute, and then more are gonna come. So what's going to happen actually is that Ethereum is going to experience a mission um, they will lower the emission, so less Ethereum is going to be emitted, which is going to correspond to, let's say, like they've approximated to 3 Bitcoin halving. So much less Ethereum is going to be produced, uh, and Ethereum, as long as there is demand for its network and a place in the blockchain for transactions, and there is a market for it, and people are queuing up to get into a block, then the Ethereum is going to be deflationary. Doesn't mean though that it's going to be permanently deflationary. It's going to reach an equilibrium where the network demand is actually equal with the availability and the queuing of all these transactions. So we're gonna the projection is that Ethereum is going to reach a, a, a maximum supply of 120 million coins, and then it's gonna start going down, never reaching zero, of course. But we'll see where this is gonna go, obviously. Again, I'm not ultra bullish just because lots of things are happening around the world in traditional markets, and at the same time, lots of things are happening in the crypto world, and it's extremely interesting to see where this is going to go with the tornado cash, and it's not going to be the last one. We need to see how this is going to be framed, if it's going to be punished because, like most Ethereum protocols, is governed by a DAO, and is anybody part of that is part of that DAO responsible for how the protocol is used? Like, technology is neutral. Now the way people use it, that's a very different thing, and you can't really punish the builder or even the user shouldn't be punished. It should be, if it's gonna be, it's going to be in a case by case basis. You can't just lump them up in a huge in a huge place and just send them all to jail. It makes no sense. And we'll see how all these tainted addresses are going to be cataloged. Where are they going to be banned? Are we going to see, like, the Ethereum domains name service go down like that just because someone is sending a little bit of Ethereum dust to all the Ethereum accounts that the dust is tainted from a tornado? Because it just doesn't make sense. So at those two, because of those two events, I can't really decide where we're going. And as always, this is super speculation. But enough with that. Enough with my silly face. Let's switch to my main desktop. Uh, I was remembering back in the good old days when we used to go to Coin Market Cap and check the historical snapshots. Where were we 1 year ago? You remember that we used to do that quite a lot, quite a lot. And it's funny because looking at Solana is at $53 on August 15th, 2021. We haven't started the mega pump. It's funny because in 20 days from now, 1 year ago, uh, Solana is gonna cross $200. So we're gonna do times 4 from where we are in the next 20 days. 1 year ago. So it's it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And look at this. Like we're holding pretty well. Like the market, like other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, that kind of got really, really slapped. Uh, Everything else is kind of holding okay. Now we're gonna get into a parabolic curve soon. 1 year ago, and all this is gonna seem like it's never gonna come back. But just to remind you, lovely friends, lovely internet friends, that all these things are extremely recent, and there is no shift of paradigm. There is no like change in the reality of the markets and the world. Like market caps are not really different from what they were last year, and as you see, you feel poor, right? You feel horribly poor, and it's you just need to zoom out. You just need to really get some perspective of what happened the previous year and how high everything went, and like you should learn a lesson here. And when we were on November at some point, right after the break point, where we actually reached the absolute all-time high. What was it? $264 in Solana, while everybody shit, that's loud. Cheers, Perts. That we reached the absolute top on Solana while we were all busy in Breakpoint without our ledgers. That was crazy. And we were joking that yeah, absolute top, obviously, while we were all busy in the conference. But yeah, that was the case. That was the case, and it was really funny that the first stream right after the the Solana breakpoint, which was awesome. It was an awesome conference. Learned a lot, met a lot of people, planned a lot for the next year, and here we are 1 year later preparing for the next one. But still, the first episode right after breakpoint was, "Are you ready for Solana sub 30, sub 20? Like Solana $17, Solana $17." That was the joke back then, and yeah. Good thing we had this kind of behavior. Good thing we kind of pushed everybody to the bearish and take profit kind of mentality. I hope we did. My eye now drops in Bitcoin Cash, which was at $703. Bitcoin Cash. Look at this. It's 136. So okay, it's like 6 times lower. I mean, okay, 5 times lower Solana. No, okay, I'm okay with it. Lots of crazy things. Not much has changed. So we went into a swift bull run with like crazy X's on like altcoins, and I hope you learn a lesson on this one that it's really okay to sell. It's really okay to sell at random levels that obviously are not the top, but securing profits, lovely friends, is important. It's a matter of surviving the bear run, and here we are. And as we said, we don't know. Maybe it's like a 15-year recession that ends in a world war. I have no fucking clue what we're gonna do, but we're gonna be here, right? We're gonna be surviving, spending, and whatever happens, we're gonna try our best to have fun. So just secure profit. Make sure you can survive. Make sure you don't need to sell your shitcoins in order to pay rent or something like that. It's a horrible feeling having to sell in the absolute bottom. I've told you the story where I was stuck in the Netherlands without any money, and the only way I could get some money was to sell my ADA on Binance. That was the only thing I had access to, and it was back in the day. What it was 2018? Yeah, it was 2018, November 2018. And I remember I sold my Cardano for a bit under 2 cents, or it was 2 cents, a bit over 2 cents. It was around the 2 cent level, and it went to $2.5. Like, and I had to be salty. So yeah, it's a horrible feeling to have to actually sell in order to meet your responsibilities, but you're gonna be forced to do it if you don't take profit in the bull times, and yeah. Uh, Now, any questions on the Ethereum merge? I think we covered that in a TLDR kind of way. Obviously, I'm not a developer. Obviously, I'm just reading summaries of other people. So even if you ask me a very complicated question, I wouldn't be able to answer it. But but it's a big event. It's a huge event for Ethereum, and there are things that can go wrong. I don't like. I can't imagine what can go wrong in the consensus level, in the block production level. I don't know what's going to go wrong with miners. What are these miners going to do? Are we going to see the whole market be flooded with Nvidia graphics cards? Is it like going to be a gamer's paradise with the dirt cheap prices? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, are we gonna see all the miners switch to Ethereum Classic? Like, just because they have the equipment? Like, is this a viable strategy? Would anybody engage to that? Like, what are the miners going to do with their facilities and all these installations and all this technology? Like, honestly, like there's a lot of game theory talk. There used to be back in the day when we were just talking about the possibility of the merge and what's gonna happen. I see the Badano is saying mine BTC. No, you cannot mine Bitcoin with the graphics cards. What, you're gonna buy ASICs and compete with ginormous mining groups that are actually producing those ASICs? Because nobody ever produced an Ethereum ASIC just because everybody was anticipating the transition to proof of stake. So you can't, and there's been a lot of talk, and there is no real solution on what's going to happen. So I'm pretty sure you can read a lot of theories about what issues the chains can have when they merge, and what, like, the minor details, the important details on the code that are going to actually have to change from one block to the other. Are we going to have a parallel block? Are we going to have some kind of block production halt? Is there going to be any emergency? Is there going to be some catastrophic failure? I like, nobody can fucking know. Nobody, really, nobody can know. This is all a huge, huge, huge experiment with a lot of money at stake. If this fails, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for Ethereum. It's gonna be bad for the general space. At the same time, Solana is slightly safer because, unlike Ethereum, we are just the temple of NFTs. There is no DeFi. What's it called? No DeFi advances, nothing new, just copying pasting from Ethereum. Back then, we used to say, "Oh, we're just bringing the infrastructure in order to actually take it to the next level." Like, I was looking at funding on the two categories on Solana. I think it was Dune Analytics that released a fun chart that you could see that in the beginning of 2021, in September 2021, uh, funding, like August, or was July 2021, funding used to be like 80% DeFi projects, 20% gaming NFT projects, and 1 year later the two stats have swapped, and now we have an approximate, maybe a bit under 20% of funding from venture capitals, IDOs, and public and private goes to DeFi projects at 20%, and at about 80 and a bit more, maybe 81, goes to gaming and NFTs. So here, despite my dislike for NFTs, despite me campaigning against this experiment, I think it's too experimental. I think we still have a very long way to go to actually get a play to earn, to actually get something that's actually doing something, and it has value beyond the circle jerk and the echo chamber. And I also think that we are very far away from actually utilizing NFTs and adding them to our, maybe, financial products, maybe to our governance, maybe to our reputation systems. I really don't know, but time will tell. We're still very far away from perfecting the recipe. And trust me on this one, I've seen it before. I'm here since 2014. I've actually seen many of those waves, and every time we have an advancement on NFT protocols, we'll have an NFT bull run. And this is not the end. Like, we went from Pepe cards and NFTs on Bitcoin to fungible to non-fungible tokens, and then we actually on the latest bull run we went to a hybrid model with fungible and non-fungible NFTs. So the moment we have something new, trust me, there's going to be a bunch of new collections, a bunch of new hype, and a bunch of uh, like people talking about a paradigm shift. The Badano is asking, wondering, maybe this is more of a rhetorical question. Is Solana DeFi dead? Man, I mean, yeah, kinda dead, and this I have to personally, if you wanted, if you want me to just point to one direction and say why is DeFi on Solana dead, I'll say the fucking Saber people. The Saber and their anonymous sock puppets. Their cousins. If I had to just point in one direction, if I had one finger just to go like that, who's gonna take the blame? I would say the Bacalhau brothers and all this copy pasting. We're gonna bring the curve wars. We're gonna bring like the curve vaults, and then the on chain protocol changes happening through on chain instructions, and then they did this Casio thing where I mean we were having some fun with all those weird pools and all these derivatives, and it just killed it. It just killed. Everybody lost so much money. Everybody lost so much stable, and then we had the Luna thing, which was getting bigger and bigger on Solana, because if you remember back then when we actually were doing the DeFi streams, and I would always ask this question on every episode. What's the highest APY for dollars at the moment? That's what we used to search for, and we would get a perspective of how degen the market was, and in the end, like we didn't know it was the end, obviously, but in the end, we would find like stablecoin pools with Hubble USD and Luna and UST, for example, giving 48% APY per year, and this is just stable. This is just stablecoin, meaning there is no market risk. It's going to always be dollar. But of course, there is contract risk, and there is another bunch of risks that are not really applicable in traditional finance. And this is what went down.
Don Pete.
Ooh, Big Portor is here. Cheer, bro. Humbled to have you here with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's it with my rambling. Let's go forward, because I really wanted to do a 2-hour stream, but due to those technical difficulties, which everything started because I tried to stream on Twitter. I hope I'll make it for next time, and everything just resetted. I lost my stream key, and this is what happened. A 1-hour delay. So yeah, next time we'll do better. What did they want us to talk about? Yeah, we did the Ethereum merge. We spoke about that. The Solana NFTs. I had to do the Utes, guys. I had to be Uted. And I'll come clean. And before we say about the Utes, because I had a weird conversation last week on Twitter with some of my previous ex-friends, let's say. People from the stream, people from the Grape community that are accusing me of making mistakes, of actually shilling coins and having an agenda. Like, you have to understand, lovely friends. You have to understand. I am drinking hopium like you are all doing as well. I'm totally human. I also get ultra FOMO. I do not have an endless balance sheet. And I've never, ever accepted any payment in order to get the stream going. Even the AMAs. This was donations in Grape to the Grape treasury. Never kept a single Grape. And once post the event, post the cope analysis, I received a gift from Siri. Uh, uh, I disclosed that, and I always spoke my mind. I made mistakes. I obviously lost a lot of money. I'm most probably much more than the viewers. Like, do you remember the degeneracy with the Invictus and what was the other one? God's Dao. Remember, like where I put 20K on each, like on stream. We just lost everything and zero. We got zero back from this. So weird conversation with someone that I really had on high regard. TMNX is a brilliant guy. Never had any issues with him. He became really salty uh, with Grape's stance in regards to leak protocol. So there was this beef. You can go back in the streams and see what's going on. It really starts in the good old airdrop days. That's before Solana Summer, where we had Fabric token and some other tokens.
E-bot,
And we have Rick Smiley. Thanks, bro. Thanks for subscribing. Super appreciated. So we had this beef between Fab and some other airdrop coins from the Cope era, and we had Leak on the other hand. And there was this beef because Leak refused to actually airdrop Leak tokens to the Fab holders because projects were selecting holders of other projects and actually airdropping the coin. So this beef started between the two projects, and the two projects were actually shitting on each other constantly and in public. We managed to get Matt from Leak Protocol to actually explain what's happening. I even asked for the FUD. I even asked for the details, and I asked the hard questions. And if you see the video, not just listen to the video, you need to watch the video. You need to really watch it. Is I'm asking a question to this guy on Leak Protocol, and it's a really obvious question. It's like, why are you giving coins? Like, if you're not raising any funds and the protocol is profitable, why would you actually give out any amount of profits? Like, you shouldn't. And he was insisting that this is done because they want to have the community close to them, and they want to have a DAO, and they want to have all these things. And it made no sense. So I asked again and again and again. I asked 3 times, and you can see me on the video going like I can't pressure anymore. Like, I'm obviously whoever understands, and we can move forward from that. And long story short, some people got hurt. Some people got hurt from the price action. Some people got hurt when founders started selling on the open market. And I received multiple DMs from TMNX telling me that I need to confront Leak Protocol about being a scam, and I need to inform the community, and we need to apologize as a DAO, as a collectiva, as a collection of people. We need to apologize for backing this project. The thing is, Grape never backed anybody and never endorsed anybody. Very few projects have been backed or endorsed by I think none. Maybe like Strata Protocol, Realms. These kind of protocols have been endorsed by Grape, but Grape doesn't endorse and doesn't get involved in these things. And we can't. And I personally, and this, like, I can only speak about myself because Grape is not myself, is not Dean, is not Archimedes, is not it's the DAO. And if anybody has any questions on that one, please just join the server, look around, find the DAO, understand how you can participate or at least listen to the conversations, and just be there on Sundays and Tuesdays. And the conversations are extremely interesting. Uh, Small parenthesis. Big thank you to Perts. Subscribed for 12 months in a row. I love you, man. Like we wouldn't be here as an L1 without you. So your presence is greatly appreciated. Keep it up, bro. Thank you for keeping it so much fun. Um, so yeah, I can't really speak about the rest of the people, but I personally, as Chris, as Wales friend, as Gintonic, as whoever, however you know me, I can't really come out and say anything without any evidence, and I need hard evidence. I can't start accusing people, random people, and taking sides on a like without any evidence. And I can't have anecdotal evidence. I need hard evidence. I need you to tell me, like, this is the founder's wallet, this is founded there, this went there, and this is breaking that condition or that term or that contractual obligation. You can't just you just can accuse people like that left and right, and then ask for third people to take a stance and support your cause. And if they say, hey man, I don't want to get involved, then you immediately become the enemy. So if you are not with us, you are against us. And this is what I identified in these lovely friends, grape friends, Whale's Tales friends, research friends, whatever. They became a little bit rude. You can find the tweets on obviously on my Twitter, or on TMNX's Twitter, or in Seoul Sol, the Korean guy. They engaged in some a little bit degrading. They just lowered a little bit their level. Where's the cat? Here's the two cats, not one cat. Look at this. Here's the cats, for those asking about the cats. One cat, and then there's another cat. Hi, I'm also a cat. So, there's no need to just go so low. Honestly, I know lots of people are hurt. Lots of people have lost huge amounts of money. People had to actually move the goalpost multiple times, and now they have to bring it back to reality. It's not easy. Everything shatters, and you have to postpone your dreams, your life, all these things that you expected to do with your 6, 7, 8 figures. Sometimes when they just shrink 100 times, it's devastating. But don't let that affect your mood. Don't let that affect your manners. Be always nice. Be curious. Make sure you're not shaken out. Make sure you live to trade another day. And just take the macro approach. Zoom out. There is just too much noise. Like, you don't need to refresh coin market cap. You don't need to be trading the 5-minute candles. You don't need to be doing this kind of shit, especially on a bear market. It's just too dangerous, guys. And all these strategies have possibilities of absolute ruin, of losing everything. And any plan that has a chance of ruin is a bad plan. Lovely friends, don't go maximalist. Don't insult people. Don't burn bridges. We're all friends. We're all here to make money. We're all here to make mistakes. And certainly, most importantly, don't take financial advice from random people on the internet. Even if they don't have thick accents like mine, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's financial suicide, because everybody has a completely different risk profile. Completely different. Different age, different geographical location, different responsibilities, different mindset, different hopes, different dreams. Like, everything is different. So just just you do you. And it's important. It's important. It's the only way to actually be sustainable. You can't just pick random people, follow the portfolios, and win. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, where did we start this rant from? Yes, of course, that Solana NFTs. Solana NFTs are still going wild. I'm trying to get a Ute. Trying to get a Ute. Why? Because I'm FOMOing. Because I'm also susceptible at the hopium drinks. And I'm drinking them like everybody else. And despite me seeing, I know that it's going to be another round of primates. It's going to go to 50 and then down to 9. And this is going to go what? Going to go to 80 and then down to 15. Then you hear some prices that some DAOs secured a mint price of total 47 sold. Now, anything that starts with at a 47 sold thing is dangerous and smells really bad. A huge win for the gods. Bravo to Frank, the gods. Like, these guys are killing it. They are bringing enormous utility to the gods holders with the branding, the hype, and the marketing they've achieved. Understand that all this dust, in order for you to actually mint that Ute, you need to purchase dust. It will be costing 375 dust, and that dust is actually generated by staking the gods. So if you have a the god, you are making this shitcoin that is like, come on, guys, like, rule of thumb, anything that's not the L1 is a shitcoin. They're generating dust, and then people like me, idiots like me, and I really hope idiots like not you are buying this dust in order to mint the Ute. And at the moment, 375 dust equals to 15 Solana. And that's a lot of money for a whitelist, because this doesn't guarantee, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're gonna mint. It means you have the money to mint. You're just showing them that, hey guys, if you accept me, this is ready. I'm just gonna press the button and I'll mint. But you need to do an application where you kind of need to stroke their egos, and then you need to provide all these links and write a little bit summary of yourself, which is okay. Let's do that. It's Twitter fun. We can write random things, and then if you want to be prioritized on to be considered, you need to have the 375 dust, but doesn't mean you're gonna be accepted. So you're just taking a gamble, and I was wondering now, I'm wondering out loud, and anybody, please feel free to actually tell me the outcome if you go for it. Wouldn't make sense to just buy dust now? Buy a lot of dust and just sell it, I don't know, 20 minutes before the mint. Like, all these people, there's going to be people that don't have the dust that are going to be accepted. Lots of people are going to go buy dust hoping they're going to mint more than one. So does it make sense to actually just buy dust and play the market that way? I mean, I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting thought. I'm monitoring it. Hype Junior is on the chat is saying that it's probably factored in and they've hyped it too much, which I will partially agree on the first part, that it's probably factored in. And again, I can see you're also partial about that because you're using the word probably. And I will definitely agree on the second statement. They hyped it too much. They hyped it way too much. And I have to admit that it starts to look like a pyramid scheme. A little bit. Like, think about it, a little bit. Like, you have, let's say, Frank on the top with the gods team that are making all these beautiful things. Then you have the gods holders that are staking the gods and making dust. So, like, this is a larger piece underneath the Frank team stake the gods, and then you have a bunch of Wales friend suckers that are playing musical chairs, where every time the music stops, they just remove all the chairs. There's no chairs to sit anymore. And this is us that are buying the dust to actually. I don't know. I'm like, how many people are required in this earth in order to go an extra level down? Honestly, lovely friends, I've been muted. I'm saying all these things, but I have applied and I've also paid the 375 dust. So no matter what, and this is what we've been doing, guys. We've been shitting on things like because they're obvious. Again, this is the same thing. I'll tell you. This is sound logic colliding with the crazy narrative. So it's my logic, and obviously says that, just like Hype Junior saying, this is the gods' exit liquidity. This is a way for the gods to actually have a story behind their dust, a utility behind their dust, and they've just done it so well. This is such a huge win. That's such a huge win. But the logic says that this is exit liquidity. This cannot be successful. There's just too much hype. It's too easy. And then you have the other side where it collides with your sound logic, where the narrative says that JPEGs to millions. Do you wanna miss on the Lambos? Do you wanna miss on the private islands? And don't buy JPEGs. So you have this collision, these completely like opposite things that are make no sense. So you get me, where I'm like fudding NFTs all day, and then I'm going and spending 375 dust to actually mint that bullshit. Like, it is what it is, and it's another fucking round of the Solana monkey business, and this is the best case scenario in my mind, which is a very great outcome. Like, you remember, and you can go watch it on YouTube. There is a short on this one, which is like 20-30 seconds, where I'm minting a Solana monkey business. This is 3rd of August 2021, and I am minting the Solana monkey business. And while I'm minting the Solana monkey business, I'm saying, this is such a mistake. This is such a waste of 2 Solana. This will never be sold for more than 0.02 Solana. Like, I was fudding my bag so much, and it ended up being great. But it was a fluke. You know, it was a glitch in the matrix. Doesn't work like that. And yeah, the echo chamber got me. I wanted the god. I wanted the god. Del Pino Man is asking, have the Luna yield drag pullers been found? No, they were never found. They were never investigated. They were not really persecuted. So nothing really happened. I want a Ute. I also want a Ute. And since we're here, let me see. By the way, lovely internet friends, did you notice there's no phantom over here? You didn't notice, obviously, because you can't see the top bar of my screen. I've changed. I've swapped all my wallet clients from Phantom to Solflare. I'm jumping teams. I'm going to the Solflare team, and this came from not from some kind of crazy utility that I learned about. I am actually discovering the amazing things they've built, like while I'm using the wallet. So they have burn functions. They have ways to actually bulk send NFTs. They have so many things, and you know what? They're approachable, and they're present. They're real builders on the Solana ecosystem that are gonna speak to you. The like they watch the stream. Like when we first met in Breakpoint, they had an inner joke that they said that, oh, look at this, it smells like Solana Beach. Because when I was looking at the graphics of Solflare, and when I was looking at the UI of their other dApps, it all seemed really close to the aesthetic of back then, one of the few explorers on Solana called Solana Beach. And I was like, these products, all these dApps, smell like Solana Beach, and they took this, and this was the inner joke. So I know for a fact that these guys are watching. I know for a fact that these guys are actually working closely with Grape. I know some of our moderators and some of our communities are also shared. I know that these guys are also followers on Twitter and on other social media, and they're also lovely friends to hang out with. Like every time I've hung out with the Solflare team, and okay, Matt is not here anymore. That we had some really cool brainstorming sessions back then. But still, here is all the lovely friends. Like Vidor is doing an amazing job, and I've heard they have amazing team building sessions and great calls and lots of plans. So since fandom has none of those, I've never spoken with any fandom people. None of my fandom tweets that I'm addressing fandom have ever received an answer. So you know what? Let's give Solflare a try. And I have to say, I'm impressed. I have to say, I'm impressed with how fast things load. I'm very, very impressed with the small tools that they've added. And I can see how this can actually become my go-to wallet, and the wallet that I would be recommending. Hype Junior, the UI is a little bit better. Is a little bit better. The web wallet is pretty good. And I like the bulk NFT send. The fact that you can send multiple NFTs is finally integrated into a wallet. Like, and they have a burn function where you can receive all these scam NFTs and all these promotional whitelist things that you never asked for. Because man, I don't want to be receiving things that I never asked for, and they are shady and they have shady links on them. You know what? I can burn them with Solflare. So shout out to Vidor and his team. Shout out to all the Solflare users, and yeah, thanks for the awesome recommendation. And it all started with a tweet, a very irrelevant tweet with Solflare, but still with a tweet. So yeah, to the moon. What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Yes, we switched to the Solflare wallet, and yeah, I wanted to show you my Utes. Not fandom. Oh, it's only fandom, man. Solflare. Here you go. Extension. Connect. Here you go. Under review. So I'm coming clean. Ultra clean, like always. And these are my adventure, my shitcoin adventure. I'll do mistakes and I'll lose money, so you don't. So yeah, I'm under review, and I can't imagine how many applications they've received. There should be way over 20, 30,000. So I'm not really bullish. And 15 Sol down the drain, because the moment the mint date passes, this is going to the gutter. This is going to zero. Yeah, to zero. Until the next Ponzi. And yeah, don't at me. Don't at me. I'll call things Ponzi's. I'll call things shitcoins, and anything that's not Bitcoin, as a rule of thumb, is a shitcoin. So just deal with it. And yeah, no financial advice, you crazy people. So last thing, of course, I left it to last because I think it's the most important, and it has to do with Grape. Once again, Grape is a huge part of my crypto reality. The Grape server has all my friends, and the despite me being super bearish on all these governance things, and the ability of people to actually coordinate and reach a goal, reach their target, at least scale things up or move things further to, like, not being static. Like I always expected that a DAO will have a huge issue with actually decision making. They're going to be really good at talking about things. Maybe they're going to get really good at proposing things. But I was always really kinda, not really, kinda bearish that they're going to actually manage to move anything they're working on forward. And I'm pleasantly surprised that the Grape DAO is a powerful DAO, despite the bear times, despite the the shitty prices all around. Let's not forget that Grape is governance and token, and it's on purpose not trading on centralized exchanges and all this shit. So speculators are not really invited. So, but it's shitty. I know it's shitty if you bought your membership and you spent, let's say, $200 to actually become a gibbon, and now your $200 are $2. It's a shitty feeling. But I'm pleasantly surprised that the Grape DAO, which, as I informed you earlier, meets every Sunday and every Tuesday. Super interesting stuff. They are discussing, we are discussing, because I'm also part of the DAO, we are discussing a change of the membership scheme. So the way the memberships work with the 3 ranks and what each rank gets and what kind of access to the server and what kind of decision making they can participate in. All these things are a little bit outdated. Some things are not working. Some things are working very well and should be restricted to lower levels. There are so many things that have changed since the membership was actually drafted. So there is a long talk which you can actually find at Grape here, Grape DAO.grapenetwork.org. This is discourse. This is where the DAO talks about proposals and talks about things that could actually translate to an on-chain vote. So this is the preparation of an on-chain vote. This is not this is not mandatory to actually participate in, but it's extremely helpful if you want to have context on the on-chain votes and the final decision making of the server. So if you're part of the DAO, it's a good thing to actually follow these things. But even if you're part of the members, any of the members classes in Grape, then I think that you also should be interested. And there's a long conversation here that lots of important Grapers are participating on. Should the memberships be simplified? Should we go for only 2 different kind of ranks? At the moment, we have 4 ranks. Is there any value on the lower ranks? Is it fair for the people that bought earlier? Is it promoting Grape for the future? What is there to be gained? What is there to be lost? So I think that this is a fantastic topic to actually brainstorm on. It's a fantastic topic for people just to take some time and think about it. Like, what's the best for Grape? What's the best for the DAO? What's the best for the market? What's the best for its members? What's its best for its short-term goals? And what's best for its long-term goals? And all these things are going to be defined by the work that is being done in the DAO and the work that is being decided to be done in the DAO. That's why I really want to bring this to the front and just talk a little bit about it, because in my mind, and then again, I'm just a member of the DAO. I have no extra powers. There is no team. There is no nothing in Grape. in my humble mind, I think we need to go expensive. I think people that have accumulated voting power should be actually should be made to feel special. We need to give this exclusivity feeling back again. And in my mind, having people that hold a 1,500 grape it really makes no sense. And if someone spent more USD in order to actually buy that grape in the past than someone who bought it in the present, that's how it works when something is quoted on something that has volatile price. It's not new. uh, I see BT saying exclusive NFT. Man, exclusive NFT falls in the category where you just send it to the burning address. And exclusive NFT that has utility is something outside my reach. So I would really want us to simplify things, and I want us to make those that are actually uh, keeping their voting power and participating in the DAO and in the on-chain governance, and also, and this is where a reputation is uh, plays plays a huge role. Something that we're working actively at the moment to create a reputation system that is going to be on chain, and that will take into account more things, and not just the depth of the pockets of the members. So expect multipliers and other ways that and boosters, let's say, maybe for epochs, maybe for seasons, maybe for months. I really don't know how this is gonna work, but expect some non-monetary, non-grape related boosters to come into play, which means this is going to translate into more governance power. I want us to be able to absorb much more grape from the market. I want the grape holders to have to hold more grape in order to be part of the best DAO in Solana, a real DAO with real on-chain governance, with a real treasury, which not spoiler, alpha leak. Grape has on realms much more than what the what's it called, the market cap is. So if you go check grape, go here and you go to grape, and you check the market cap, you'll see that's 521,000. And if you go to realms, you'll see that there's you'll see that there's 713,000, and it's 500,000 is in USDC. So $500,000 is in the grape on the grape vault, and yeah, it doesn't count the NFTs. Bit is very right. So we have another about 400 Solana worth of NFTs, but this is $713,000, and the market cap of grape is 521,000. So this doesn't make a lot of sense. So keep your grape, keep your voting power. Don't think about grape as keep your voting power, because you can control part of that over $500,000. That's $700K. You have fucking control of it by being in the DAO, by participating, by being active, by showing that you're worth on. And yes, you can ask the DAO to invest in you, to invest in your project, to invest in your work, to like this is the best. Like this is the best thing that the best state a DAO can be in, especially during a bear market where everybody's hostile and salty. Man, we're killing it. We're freaking killing it. And I think we should charge more, and we should have a higher charge. Again, this is in air quotes. More voting power should be required in order to actually participate in Grape. How are you going to acquire this voting power? Get involved. You'll get it. And how you can get a little bit, and with reputation and reputation multipliers, you can get your voice magnified, and you can be heard. And eventually, you might be able to move a big portion of that grape treasury. So I'm not gonna campaign for increasing the membership levels. I'm not gonna die on that hill, not because I'm not passionate about it, but because I want to see other people uh, take a shot at it. I came up together with the rest of the Grape team, but I had a big role on that, on coming up with the membership model, the way that it will inflate, the way it's going to be going up, the percentage of the increase compared to the increase of membership, the people that are members, how like we had projections, scenarios, things didn't work out as we expected, but it is what it is. So I want to see other people take a shot at it, and I'm also curious to see what's going to happen once the radium emissions and any uh, any incentive radium is actually offering in order to have liquidity in the grape pools ends. So the moment that incentive ends, I'm really curious to see what happened, and this is really something that I want us to discuss on the next episode. I want us. This is like homework for the next episode. What's going to happen the moment the radium rewards, incentives of locking capital, of depositing capital, depositing liquidity into the radium pools ends? Uh, think that keep in mind that we don't the grape doesn't trade in any centralized exchange, uh, uh, which uh, which means there is no other source of liquidity. The only source of liquidity that there is at the moment is a very small pool in Orca and a slightly larger one on Radium. Obviously, the market, the books are thin, and any large buy or sell, even now with that liquidity that we have, actually has a quite large price impact. But the moment the radium emissions end, will the liquidity leave? Is it all mercenary liquidity? Is it going to go to a pool that actually offers rewards? Is this going to translate into more severe price movements for grape when people buy, when people sell? Is this going to create an impossibility of grape trading? Will there be no orders to be matched if you're selling? Uh, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this one, because like we need to go back to the learning stuff. You've all graduated from the whales tales class with with uh, with an A, with a what's it, 4 out of 4 GPA, and and I need your help because I don't know everything, and we should just embark in these uh, thought exercises together. So this is the exercise for the next, and I'm taking a note on this one so we can revisit. So please do some research. Take some 5 minutes while you're taking a shit at the toilet. Just think about it. Think about it, and let's talk about what's going to happen. Yes, as Dean Machine says, Solfarm is going to stop compounding the profits from the pool, which compounding means I take the profits and sell half of them for the stablecoin in order to reinvest in the pool, which creates tiny orders on the order book that are constantly being sold, because this is Solfarm posting uh, what's it called, pool rewards to sell for USDC. So this is one thing that is going to disappear. What else is going to disappear, and what's going to happen to the coin? What's going to happen to the market? What's going to happen to the price? What's going to happen to the books? And what do you think the Grape DAO should do? Should the Grape DAO try to strike another deal with Orca or with Radium? Should the Grape DAO just leave it as it is, and this is a membership token that doesn't matter if there is order book or not? Should the Grape DAO have at a higher priority listing on a centralized exchange? What's your opinion, and what do you think we should do as a DAO? And this is not a calling for Whales friends or Whales Tales audience only. This is a calling for everything, for everyone to actually participate in Grave, to actually participate in the governance experiment that we've been running for the past year. So please just come in, chip in, tell me your opinions, DM me, come find me on the Grape chat. You'll find me many times just chilling on the Neanderthal cave. So you can find me here, join the voice com and just tell me, hey, Whales, if you stop the emissions or you stop the pull on radium, this and this and this and this is going to happen. So just join on the voice com and talk to me. And yeah, we need to talk about the membership changes. Should Grape change its membership model? And if they do, what should be the goal? What should membership be working on? And on that note, let's take a look at the chat. I see Del Pino Man is asking, what is the Greek god of crypto? It's Satosios. Yorgos Satosios. and Herna, what's up, bro? Long time no see. I hope to see you more often. Lovely friends. I'm going to leave you here. We've done over an hour of stream despite the delay. We started 1 hour later. I hope to see more people on the DAO call on Sunday, because these are extremely important aspects to discuss and subjects to discuss, and I value your participation. I value your presence there, and I really value your opinion. We've been going together. We've been going together for the past year and a half. It's been 16, 17 months we've been streaming together, and I think many of you have surpassed me in knowledge, market understanding, market feeling, macroeconomic analysis, and I'm eager to learn from you. So please jump in and tell me what's going to happen when we stop the radium pool. Please jump in and tell me how should Grape change its membership. Maybe you're of the opinion, like many are, that Grape should not change its membership, because this is what it said in the beginning, and this is what it needs to stick with. Again, I'm happy with whatever the DAO decides. On that note, I want to remind you that we're gonna have an AMA with Metacrafters, on Thursday. I'll tweet the time we're gonna have the interview. The interview is going to be also broadcasted on Twitter. I promise I'll have it ready by then. I don't know what happened today, but I'll be working on it for the next 48 hours to make it happen. So we'll be streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and media, and of course, the audio broadcast is also going to be on Discord. And I see Harnik here is telling us that he lost all his funds in the bear and gave the crypto space and gave up the crypto space for a while, and now you're back, dude. Why did you lose your money in the bear? Didn't you sell together with the Whales Tales crew? Like, not the top, but we did sell. We did take a profit. We avoided that absolute distraction. And on that note, lovely friends, I'm gonna let you be. Don't get shaken out, please. I really need to have you around me, to motivate me to become better in every aspect. A better streamer, a better trader, a better clown, all these lovely things. Take care and see you in the Grape calls, and don't get shaken out, legend. The cats.